What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, or if you are new here, welcome. We just lost Andrew. Okay, I am Wolfman. Welcome, everyone, to our Beetlejuice review, where we all have sort of various different opinions on this. Ross and I kind of share an opinion on this film, but we all have kind of various different opinions that we're gonna kind of break down for you today and everything. We are very, very honored today to be joined by Ross's girlfriend, Tori. Very happy to have you on the channel. Tori, why don't you introduce yourself for everybody?
Hi guys, I'm Tori. I just did a long day of work, so that's always fun. But yeah, nice to meet you guys.
Yeah, and thank you so much for agreeing to come on for this. And I know that Ross says you're not much of a horror person, but I know you're probably into horror comedy.
He'll get me there eventually, so
because she doesn't want to see Strange Darling.
Ah, yeah.
We'll see how that goes.
Jump scares. It's mainly the jump scares, she said.
But I know that you said
only the jumps.
I know you said, Ross, that might be your favorite movie of the year. Probably.
Yeah, because did you know what she said? She said the jump scares, and I tried to tell her though, this movie has more jump scares than Strange Darling does.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No. I've seen the original one, so if I've seen the original, I know where the jumps are.
No. We're saying Beetlejuice has more jump scares than Strange Darling.
Yeah. Hey, you haven't seen Strange Darling yet.
There is no original.
We'll see on that one, Ross.
Okay, yeah, but there is an original Strange Darling. Strange Darling is
yeah.
Yeah.
It is very original. I love that movie. But we are not here to talk about Strange Darling Day, even though that is one we would definitely be talking about probably closer to the end of the year, because if it's not in my top 10, it'll at least be in my honorable mentions of the year. So we'll definitely be talking about that one. But we are today here talking about Beetlejuice, the sequel that's like the legacy sequel. Everything's doing this nowadays. Halloween 2018 did it. Scream 5 did it. Top Gun Maverick did it, where everything nowadays is going into this legacy sequel route where it's like, oh, let's make a sequel several years later after the original. So
I'm gonna say is Mike Myers, get on Austin Powers 4 pronto.
I mean, but here's the thing with a movie like Beetlejuice, that film having a chance to suck isn't as bad for you as if an Austin Powers 4 ended up sucking. So we don't know. We'll have to. That's the only thing is, what if Austin Powers 4 came out and it sucked? You know.
Then I give up on film forever.
Yeah. But yeah. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go around the room, just kind of giving our general thoughts on what we kind of thought about the film, and then after that we're gonna go more into kind of spoilerish details for you guys, because the film's been out for a while. By the time you guys see this, it'll be Monday, but the film's been out for a little while, and it's one of those things where a lot of my issues are like spoilerish issues. So I feel So I feel like it's something that I really have to kind of tackle more into spoiler details with. So, of course, since this is my channel and Ross's channel, we'll both go last. So just to start off with our special guest tonight, Tori, what did you think of this movie overall?
I have a lot of thoughts on this movie too.
Do you want to share your thoughts first, Andrew, while she
Sure. I feel this movie is more of a marathon of a movie than like a straightforward movie, if that makes sense. Like a kind of a movie starts off strong. It starts off like a steady pace, and I'm loving it. Then the second half of the movie slows down a little bit. Still good. but I can emotionally sense that yeah, that's definitely not as good as the first half of the movie. But at the end, it manages to muster all of its energy and end really strong. So I feel my biggest issue with the movie is elements in the middle of the movie were just not as good as elements towards the end of the movie. Like there is one character, a male character, that I'll get into spoilers. Like I did not like a decision, the direction they went with this one male character. I did scratch that. I didn't not like it, but they could have done better. Let's just say they could have done better with this character, and sadly, this character is a huge part of the plot, in my opinion.
But then kind of gets thrown away later on because of what happens to him, and it's just sort of like, oh, okay.
Yes,
And-
yes, but his kind of presence sets off a lot of the movie, you know, if that makes sense. Like even
Yeah.
even when he's not on screen, his presence is felt. Like the end of the movie would not have happened if that character wasn't there.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a movie that, even though he's not there, the presence of his character is still there. Now, he was not this character was not terrible, but he was, in my opinion, the weakest role in the movie. And the twist about this character is where it starts to be like, really? I kind of was more interested in him before, you know?
Yeah. No, I get that completely.
I felt as if a lot of the female characters were being emotionally manipulated in this movie. I will explain to you why in detail in the spoiler section.
I'll explain to you more of the detail of what I had with issue with the male characters overall.
Yeah.
Too, of just something once we get to the spoiler section.
I had one small issue with male characters that it wasn't like a huge deal to me. It wasn't like it didn't take me out of the movie, because I still had a lot of fun with two of the three main male characters. I still had a lot of fun with.
Yeah.
And one of the male side characters I had a lot of fun with. But I do acknowledge this one element in the movie that they could have done to make it better.
Okay. And is that something you want to say for the spoiler session, or is that like something
Sure, I can kind of start to say it in the movie. Now I will get more into detail in the movie. I felt like all three main male characters were either creeps, jerks, or manipulative. Like there was no male character in this movie that was a main character that felt like, okay, if we can tell that person's good, you know.
Yeah, unlike the first
And
Beetlejuice, where you can actually, where you have like Alec Baldwin, you have like, you know, stuff like that.
yeah, now something about what you said, an issue that you have. I do have to bring up a point to help your thing.
What?
It's a spoiler thing.
Okay, so yeah. Well,
It's your biggest issue of the movie.
yeah, we'll definitely we'll get into that then. Save that thought if you.
Can you hear us now, Tori?
Yeah.
Tori, it's your turn. I think. Can you hear us? Oh.
Yeah, you can go next until she gets his face.
I don't like it. The more I think about it, when I texted you, since I saw it before you did, Mike, I text, this movie was mid. And then now thinking about it, it's just bad. And then, like there was a twist that I wish wasn't a twist because it was so obvious, like involving a certain character.
Yeah.
And then also too, the thing I liked about it, though, was the reference to the cartoon and the sets and the costume. And then, Catherine O'Hara's performance, even though that did get a little annoying.
Oh, I didn't even catch the reference to the cartoon. You have to.
Okay. Have you watched any of the cartoon yet?
I watched like one episode of it.
Okay. Do you remember it's how throughout the episode how the random bug will come on him and he'll crush it?
Yeah.
That happened in the movie, but yeah,
That's fun.
Hey, Andrew, the cartoon is streaming on Tubi. Just to let you know, okay?
Yes.
Are you gonna watch it?
Probably, yeah.
It's a great series. Yeah,
it's actually my second favorite thing. That Beetlejuice ever done. Because it goes the show, the Broadway show, then the cartoon, then the first movie, now this.
Wow.
The musical, in my opinion, top notch. The musical, in my opinion, is so good. And Alex Brightman, the Beetlejuice does so good that I'm like, if they couldn't afford Michael Keaton, for some reason, if he wanted a shit ton of money that they weren't willing to give out, I would have been like,
we can hear you now, Tyler.
Alex Brightman.
One of my biggest problems too with the movie I forgot to mention is the first one, right, had a simple story. It almost had no story to it, right? Almost, right?
Yeah.
This had too many stories going on all at once.
Oh, I completely agree. There's way too much going on. I'll get to that here soon.
I only see a couple of plots.
Well,
I only see 3, and one of them is a subplot. So the story issue wasn't my main issue.
I think we can hear you now, Tori, by the way.
Yeah, Andrew, there's 4. Okay, because you got Lydia and her mom, right, Andrew? That's 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you got Astrid and the boy. Then you've got there's 5 then. There's 6 actually. Beetlejuice going after Lydia. Then you got Monica Bellucci going after Beetlejuice, Willem Dafoe, and then Astrid and her mom.
Yeah.
I actually could easily follow all of the stories.
I could. It's just it felt like it was almost too jam packed. I mean,
that's part of what I loved about it.
You liked that there was Willem Dafoe, Monica Bellucci, the boy storyline, all of that happening all at once.
And then
it felt like something that felt like you didn't want to leave because you're like, oh, I'm gonna miss something, For some movies, really stretch out a simple plot, For this movie, had so much going on,
and they set up a storyline that goes nowhere, literally.
What one?
It's not really a spoiler, Mike. Do you know which one?
Which one?
Like when Catherine O'Hara says, and your dearly departed mother, and she goes, my mom's not dead.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But they never do.
I think that was a joke. That was like a little throwaway joke, in my opinion.
I know.
Yeah. So, but anyways, pretty much what I thought of this movie was that it started out good, like what Andrew said, but my biggest issues with the film and there's one I'll get into when we get into spoilers, but I do feel like characters like Willem Dafoe's character and Monica Bellucci's character were wasted, and I feel like that you could have done way much more with them, or cut out one of the characters entirely and just let the focus be on another character rather than trying to fit in too much. This movie was trying to cram in so much between the boy that Jen Ortega meets in the film and a lot of other things happening at once that it's just like it becomes very convoluted. And it's one of those things where I'm like, a Beetlejuice movie does not need to be convoluted. It's a freaking Beetlejuice movie, for crying out loud. Like, it doesn't need to be convoluted. So that was one of my big issues with the film. I also just feel like the character of Lydia in this, like, no offense, but she's straight up a dumbass in this movie. Like, straight up.
I know it's been like so many years too, but Lydia felt like a whole different Lydia than the original.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, everyone, and their mothers and their uncles and their grandfathers can see that this dude is a fucking scumbag.
That's what I was saying. That's the twist that I hated.
But then you're all like, oh, but he loves me. We're getting married. What the fuck? That's not like Lydia. Lydia's smart. She's not scared of anything. This Lydia's scared of everything. I don't know what the hell is going on. And it's very weird. Yeah.
And Tim Burton made her have a child. You know why?
Why?
Winona Ryder wanted her to be a spinster, which would have made sense. Like women who never married, never had kids.
Yeah. I think that would have worked for this character because clearly she's not good mother material, good wife material, like.
And I understand, but I'm going to admit I really like that male, her boyfriend fiance character. He kind of had this thing to him that I really liked. Yes, he was a scumbag, but he's kind of like one of those movie scumbags that I kind of like, like he kind of felt like like I like movies that if the character is going to be an asshole, kind of show it, don't have them hide it, if that makes sense, go all out with it.
Oh yeah.
And I feel like this character did it so funnily that I'm like, okay, this guy's a prick, this guy's a jackass, but I've got to admit he's entertaining.
No, I agree. Like
unlike the boy.
I mean, at least he was entertaining. Like when he was on screen, I was entertained for sure. But
yes, and he probably got the most laughs out of me in the movie.
Yeah, like I wouldn't say any performance in here was straight up bad. I wouldn't say there was a bad performance in this movie. Like I think that all the performances were solid for what they were. I think that they were. It was just
like she was in a different movie.
Yeah, it was just the writing that was the biggest issue for me.
Yeah,
was the script. Everything else, but it seemed like the makeup, the production design, all of that was great. Ross and I, we run our awards roundtable show, and that's something that we feel like this film definitely deserves, like best makeup, best visual effects, best production design.
Wait,
I think that.
When did you guys do another awards roundtable?
No, I'm just saying, like him and I
We're
are
always talking about it, in the chat.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Oh
but,
okay. Oh yeah. I saw that today.
Yeah, we didn't do like a new episode. I'm just saying.
Yeah, because
like,
Okay.
we
I
always
told
said, yeah.
Andrew, like, you know, I told Mike before I got here though about this movie though. I just don't think the script was bad. It was horrible.
Yeah, yeah. I think the script was terrible in this movie. And
I felt like I don't feel as passionate as you do, but I do feel that there were decisions made in the second act of the movie. Can I get into some spoilers?
Not yet, because Tori, can you hear us?
Can you guys hear me better now?
oh, we
Yes.
can hear you much better. There you go. You can
Yay!
hear us.
Fine.
Yes.
Reboot.
Finally.
Reboot. There you go. Finally. What did you think of the movie, Tori?
It was good. Especially given the fact that it's been years of it being a sequel in between, which I wrote in the chat. But yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. No, I completely I do agree with that. Like the fact that it was able to at least feel like and pay homage to Beetlejuice was at least very important. And I feel like Tim Burton, I wouldn't have wanted anybody else to direct this. I'm glad Tim Burton was able to come back for this. So it'll be interesting because we got two positive people on this panel and two not so positive people for this movie on this panel. So we'll kind of
and sorry for the interruptions, guys. It's just
No.
long day and long time trying to figure out what's wrong with this stupid audio.
nah,
She's an
you're
audio person too, like me. That's what we
Yeah.
meant in film school. Oh, Mike, did you see the Star Wars thing up on our wall?
yes, I saw that. I was
No,
kind of
she's in there.
Okay, find
in
me. Find me.
Find you.
Find me. Ross knows who I am. Find me.
I think you're in the A right there. Is that you?
Yep.
A.
A.
Hey, guys.
Oh, wow.
The A in War or the A in Star?
The A in Wars.
Yep.
Yeah, I thought
Oh,
so.
wow. How did you get into that poster?
So one of my mom's friends actually made me this banner for my 21st birthday and had me in my Leia costume, and he made it for me.
Oh, that's awesome. That is so cool. I would have like I would have geeked out so hard.
Yep.
For sure.
And this poster is not going anywhere unless it goes with me.
With me, right?
Oh yeah.
No, with me, Ross.
No. I mean, like, if we ever move in together, you know.
Yeah, but it's not going. We'll talk about that later.
But
Ross.
there's her side of the room, Ross, and then your side of the room. It's going on her side of the room. There you go. It's still gonna be
it'll be in the center, but we'll figure it out.
From there, we can now go into our spoiler section. So I'll put up the spoilers tab. So from this point forward, we can now talk in depth what our issues with the film are or what we liked about the film in depth. But so for any of you guys who may not have seen the film, definitely come back here and watch this part of it, and then unless you don't care about spoilers. If you don't care about spoilers, then that's fine. But if you do care, then watch the film, come back here, and then watch this part of it. So now that you know our basic thoughts, let's get into the spoilers section.
Can I say what my biggest issue was?
Sure.
I did not like the twist that the boy was evil. Like that felt really forced, and like that felt like really forced, and I felt like couldn't we have like one male character right now that's a main character that is not a pervert or like an asshole? Like for the pervert wise, we have Beetlejuice, obviously, And for the asshole, we have of course the fiance. So I'm kind of like why couldn't he have been like, hey, I found this book, I want to give you the chance to say goodbye to your father, kind of a thing, that would have and being like, oh my god, I can finally say an actual, like, I can have closure with my father. I'll do it, or something like that. Like him actually doing something nice for her, and Lydia being scared because she's interacting with a ghost and her experiences with Beetlejuice. I feel like that would have been better than the whole, hey, I'm evil and I'm trying to steal your soul. And
Yeah.
I did not like that element. Like and to me, and he was probably my least favorite male character in the movie The Boy. Everybody else I loved. Like, hell, if you know what would have been a better plot for this movie to give William Dafoe more time.
What?
I already told you guys this idea. Monica Bellucci Beetlejuice, as you see in the opening, you would see in the opening Beetlejuice promise Monica Lewinsky that he is going to marry her. Then he flees. And what if William Dafoe played like the father and he's hunting Beetlejuice down to have him keep his word? Then you only see her at the beginning and she shows up at the end. And like cut out the majority of her time in the middle and give that time to William Dafoe. It would have made more sense, and I felt like William Dafoe was a more fun character in this movie. I did find it funny what they did with her at the end with the fiance. I did like that, so I would want to keep that. But and if you know something else, then now that you're after what you said, that did bother me as well.
What?
She didn't even figure. Lydia didn't even figure out herself what the guy was up to.
True.
Beetlejuice like pricked him with that serum. Beetlejuice like pricked him with that serum, like true serum or something, and
Yeah.
he just spilt it. So I feel it would have been better if Lydia realized, oh my god, how was I so dumb to realize this? Like you tricked me. You're not really this, and like
Yeah. I think that
show some sense of at the end she has intelligence and she was just blinded by love. She could be like, oh, I was blinded at the thought of you, and now I see the real you, if that makes sense. Because people do that in relationships. They have like the rose-colored glasses, and then they see who they really are, and that's when they discover, they're not really as good as they say.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I agree. So first off, before Ross and I get into our issue, because we're going to go on a long tangent here.
yeah, because like especially one of them though, did it seem like one of the writer almost didn't want to be there?
Yeah. Did you have like any kind of issues you want to talk about with the film, Tori, or any like spoilerish kind of pros that you liked about the film, or what'd you think?
I'm actually good at the moment.
I do have some more pros, but I'll talk about that later on towards the end. I'm trying to think about all of the stuff I didn't like, and then I'll get to the stuff that I enjoyed. Trying to get all the negative air out of me, and then I will switch to the majority that I felt was the positive.
Well, before we get into our issues, I wanted to show this off real quick. I ended up getting the Beetlejuice popcorn bucket, which was the tombstone, and it says "Here lies Beetlejuice" right there, and it lights up too, so you can like turn this off or on like that, and I'm going to use this as a Halloween decoration now every year.
Ashton actually is thinking about
And
though buying the
they-
AMC one.
That's where the popcorn goes in. So
You know what the AMC one is though?
what?
The book.
Well, the Regal had the book too, but then I was like, I liked this one a bit better than the book because this one I could actually use as like a decoration, but the other one I was like, I didn't know how to feel about the book really. I was like, it was just kind of a metal book. Plus that was the only one they had left whenever I went to the Regal. So
Okay, yeah.
but
I would have gotten the book because
Yeah.
the book was my favorite.
yeah. They for whatever reason Regal advertised the Sandworm popcorn bucket, but then apparently it was an Alamo Draft House exclusive. So I was like kind of confused by that. I was like,
No,
oh,
actually,
okay.
AMC has it too.
Huh?
AMC has it.
Oh, AMC has the Sandworm one. Okay. Interesting. So yeah, I don't know why Regal advertised it then. That's very weird. But yeah, so me and Ross's issue with the film that I told him as soon as I got out that this film made me feel icky. The reason it made me feel icky is because I felt I was perfectly fine, completely fine. I even laughed at the shark scene where, Catherine O'Hara was talking about her husband's dead and all that stuff, and she was talking about the shark coming in there and eating him, and I was like, knowing what Jeffrey Jones did in real life, it was a scene that you could laugh at and be like, "Ha, take that, pedophile! You deserve that," kind of thing. But then the movie keeps on going, and they have a freaking memorial service for this dude. And it's like oh, Mr. Tallyman, tally me bananas, there I comes, and everyone's like almost praising over his grave. They have the actor's face plastered, and I mean right there, plastered onto the tombstone.
And you see it multiple times.
And you see him multiple you see him multiple times. And I'm just like, I don't know how, I don't like that. Because it feels like you're almost honoring the actor, because you didn't have to have the actor's face on the tombstone. You could have just said the character's name on the tombstone without, and I get the shark fin tombstone. That was fun. That was clever. That was fine. I was fine with that. But having the actor's face on it makes it feel like you're honoring the actor. It doesn't feel like,
plus it looks like he gets money from that.
Yeah. So
and if you know what else I found weird about that whole thing as well?
What?
They never even mentioned Alec Baldwin's. They never.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did.
Really? Where?
Remember, like when they say, "Oh, like the Maitlands used to live here, but they found a way and they moved on. They found the loophole and they moved on."
Oh yeah, that's true.
I feel Alec Baldwin coming back would have been less controversial than this guy, because Alec Baldwin, if you could at least say the shit that he did was an accident, where this guy is literally a pedophile.
Yeah. And so that's why it just made me feel very icky and uneasy. And the thing that I also had major issues with as the film kept going is, like we talked about, Beetlejuice was a pervert. The fiance was an asshole. The other boy that Jenna Ortega fell in love with was an asshole. You had all these guys who were like not good people. And then you have Catherine O'Hara's character over here saying how good of a person her husband was. She was like, oh, he loved me. He was such a great human being. He was such a good person, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, stop talking about him that way. Oh, like I just couldn't sit there and listen to it. It was just too creepy. I just didn't like the fact that she kept on praising him and just kept on saying how good of a person he was. And I was just like,
the only good male characters in this movie were William Dafoe, which we didn't see a lot of him, you know, but like he didn't seem to have like any issues or anything, and obviously the dad of Winona Ryder's daughter.
But then also, if you're going off of what Catherine O'Hara is saying, it's Jeffrey Jones's character, which is what makes it very weird and problematic that she's talking about him like he's a good guy. And it's just like...
And then do you know what this film needed too?
is-
That the original had that this one didn't too?
What?
Ortho. And I'm not just saying because he's a bigger guy. No, Ortho was great. He was, like they needed something like that, huh?
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, no. Ortho was great, but that was my number one, like, kind of biggest issue on top of the fact that Monica Bellucci, Willem Dafoe was kind of and that boy was wasted, and there's too much going on in that time. And I've talked to a few people, Ari, who we know, I've talked to him, and he said that, like, well, see, the film isn't playing it straight. It's like making you laugh at him and making you laugh at Jeffrey Jones in the film and making you laugh at all this. I was like,
I don't think so. Do you know why? It's because like, all the scenes where they're talking about were like heartfelt almost.
Yeah, like I felt like whenever you have Iceman's, and I'm gonna refer back to Top Gun Maverick because I literally watched it last night. I rewatched it again last night for my friend who's in the Air Force. Even though I know that's the Navy, it still fit because he's gonna be flying planes and all that stuff. And so I rewatched it with him again, and I'm gonna make that comparison. That when you see Top Gun Maverick and you see Iceman's funeral, it's almost the same way where it's like that super heartfelt kind of feel to it. And then the funeral for a freaking pedophile is the exact same way. And I'm like, this just didn't feel right to me,
And I feel they had more fun making fun of the asshole producer boyfriend than the actual pedophile.
Yeah.
We saw we saw him trying to be cool when he was uncool. We saw him, with the I love the Monica Bellucci's character at the end of the movie, and if we actually saw them be thrown into the pit with the sandworm,
Also, I want to throw out two. One other issue I have. So I understand, Monica Bellucci's part is, she grabs somebody and does the whole taking of the soul, as a ginger, I'm very aware of that. So I know exactly what that's like. But
no, because like you don't have a soul, it won't work on you.
That's true. No, but because we're the ones that eat the souls, So that's why we're. Which I don't understand. They're like, oh, gingers eat souls, but then they're also like, gingers have no souls. Guys, make up your mind. If we eat souls, and don't we have like an infinite amount of souls in us? But it's like,
you know what else too, though? You know what else too, though? Okay, how I've done some small film work, right?
Yeah.
I felt bad though. They could have had anybody play the Danny DeVito part, and I love Danny DeVito.
Yeah, but I couldn't stop. Like, I think It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia has ruined Danny DeVito for me because every time I watch him now, I always think Frank Reynolds. So I'm like thinking Frank Reynolds as a zombie the whole time I was watching this this movie. But my biggest issue, right? Well, my mom's biggest issue, and then she talked to me, and I was like, you know what? You're right, because my mom didn't really like this part. When I went to go see it with her because she grew up with the original Beetlejuice, was that what she didn't like about it was she understood the woman's power, but she comes up to Bob and she literally says to Bob, "Tell me where Beetlejuice is." And then she starts sucking his soul out. This dude's mouth is shown shut. How is he able to speak? You're not even giving him a chance.
Telepathically. You know like how Beetlejuice can like understand him too.
Yeah, but like I was hoping that whenever she's starting to suck out his soul, I was hoping that okay, she's gonna let him go, and now he has a mouth. Now he can speak. But it's like no, she just keeps on going with it, and I was like, geez, okay, well, give the freaking dude a chance. Like he doesn't even have a chance there, you know.
What do you think about Bob though? It felt like like that felt like a
Yeah.
Batman reference in a way.
It did a little bit. I liked the character.
You know how
I
though?
thought he was cute. What?
You know why?
Why?
Okay, you know the Joker's number one guy
Yeah,
is Bob, his number one henchman.
that's true. That's true.
And can I say? No, money. We're still talking.
I did want to say though, real quick, before you get to your point, Andrew, I did want to say that I one thing I wanted to point out as well that I wish they would have done more is I really liked when they had the other shrimp head people running around in the real world, the small head people. I thought that was so cool. Combine the Beetlejuice world with the real earthly world. I think that that's really cool. But they decided to only do that part of it and not really go deeper with it. I would have loved to have seen chaos completely go rampant and have all the ghosts from Beetlejuice world just start to leak out into the real world and everything.
I'm gonna say something that might get us a little bit in trouble, but I don't care. I thought the film was a little bit racist too.
How so?
Remember, when they're going to heaven, the Soul Train?
Oh yeah, yeah.
In the 70s, Soul Train, and then like how they have the afro, then they're like dancing to the music,
Yeah, I mean, some people would. I mean, we're white people talking about that, so some people would consider that racist. Some people might.
I feel like it's not racist only for one reason.
Why?
Because it's not really painting people in a negative light. It could be like a hey, they like soul music, it's kind of like.
But isn't that like stereotyping?
And then also too, like there was a show called Soul Training, like which featured like mostly African American people too, and they had them like dressed up, like in your stereotypical like 70s African American clothing,
Yeah, I mean, what was the thing you wanted to talk about, Andrew?
Okay, I do not know if there's any Weird Al Yankovic fans in the audience tonight.
I am.
Did you catch the Weird Al Yankovic reference at the end of the movie?
No.
As soon as the song started to play, I was thinking, Jurassic Park is frightening in the dark. All the dinosaurs are running wild. That song, I honestly thought that dream sequence. Some people felt it was too long. I legit I loved it. This brought me back to the I'm Just Ken sequence. I'm like, okay, this sequence could go on for 20 minutes and I would not be upset. It was fun, it was energetic. I even clapped at the end of that sequence, and William Dafoe's character's coming in like the SWAT team. I love that part.
to me, it was poorly sung, poorly lip synced. I could tell that like they were not synchronized with the.
That was not Michael Keaton either. That was not Michael Keaton.
Oh no,
that's
That was
part
way
of the
too
joke.
good.
I took it as that's the part of the joke that it's badly done. I think they weren't trying to do it like great.
but do
Then
we
why
want like?
cut it so
But
long?
why have a fucking 5-minute scene of something badly done? It's excruciating.
It
If
wasn't
it's a
funny
five-
at all.
If it's a 5-minute scene of something that's like poorly done,
I
you
found
know?
it hilarious.
Like
I
I
thought it
was
was
just
hilarious, for a bit,
when it first started out, but then for me, the only song I genuinely laughed at this part was the "Whatever you do, whatever you say, I'll be there right here waiting for you." That part was like the part that actually made me laugh. That I actually really, really enjoyed quite a bit. And the part that made me laugh the hardest was whenever Lydia is like breathing heavily, and then Catherine Harris says something like, "Oh my god, I thought like a moose was."
You know what part though? I
That's
felt like was the most annoying to me, even more annoying than the song because it was quicker. I know
What?
the song was annoying for 5 minutes, but the whole screaming part that was annoying. That felt like more like a Schitt's Creek thing.
What's screaming?
Yeah.
Remember when she's taking the pictures?
I thought that was over the top and like funny. It's kind of to me. It's kind of to me making fun of those actors that are really like artiste. What is my motivation? Kind of like a character. It's making fun of those like really like serious actors, not good actors, but like those like very Shakespearean sound like what is my motivation, kind of a thing. Or the people that think they're genuinely good when they actually suck. Like if you know those actors that suck but keep on getting work and award nominations,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like why the hell is this person doing it again? I felt like that it could also be parody of that.
Yeah, I completely get what you mean. And the film definitely, I mean, it does feel like a parody. I mean, I've heard some people say that it feels like a parody of Beetlejuice itself. I don't know how honestly feel about that, but all I'll say is that while all the performances are great, I'm sorry, Variety. I know you were hyping it up for a while and you had it in your predictions for a while. No way in hell now is Michael Keaton getting a Best Supporting Actor nomination.
No way.
No way. Variety had that in their early Oscar predictions.
He was good. He was good.
Nah.
I feel like even if it was on par with the original Beetlejuice, it would not have been, especially this year, best a supporting actor worthy nomination. Like I could have thought of other roles that could have gotten it more,
Yeah, I completely agree.
Like even in the original, he was good, but he was not like best supporting actor type of good, and that's not bad. That just saying his performance was very different from one that the Academy looked at for best actor.
Yeah,
It
but
was
I heard
more fun and comedic, more beloved by the audiences.
I heard this
awards.
I heard the criticisms though about the movie that I do not agree with because it's impossible. Do what they said.
What?
They say, like Beetlejuice isn't supposed to be older.
Mm-hmm.
they say I don't think you can't avoid that.
Yeah, that's the thing. So I'm not going to let that be an issue of mine. I have enough issues already as it is. I'm not going to let that be really an issue of mine. But that is one thing I pointed out to my mom as we were driving back home. Is I was like, wait a
Your
second.
mom didn't like it either.
Nah, she wasn't a huge fan either. But as I was driving back home, I was like, wait a second. How does the afterlife age? I was like looking at that. I was like, wouldn't they stay the same age? Like, wouldn't the Beetlejuice look the same as he did in
And the makeup was
1988?
different.
Yeah, like nothing would have changed realistically if you would have but I'm glad they didn't decide to go with like de-aging to make him look the same or anything, you know. I'm glad they didn't do anything like that. So I'm not really going to complain too much because I think that would have been even worse if they would have gone like really shitty, like poorly CGI'd Michael Keaton.
And you've got enough problems with this movie.
Yeah.
Like to me again to sum it up.
Look at the makeup. Compare the makeups.
Yeah.
It's even different makeup.
That's true. It's like one looks more weathered and then the other makeup looks more fresh. So it's like kind of odd.
To sum it up, was not a fan of the boy. They could have done him differently, made him, I feel, a genuinely like actually nice person. And I feel like that would have been a better story arc for Lydia of like letting go, you know? If she realized, oh my god, every ghost is not, you know, evil like Beetlejuice, you know?
Yeah.
Well, but Lydia already knows that though.
But like
remember she had the Maitlands raised her.
Yeah.
But like how she like freaked out when her daughter was like with a ghost, you know, and how protective she was of, and how like
which Lydia should have been able to sense that he was a ghost or something like that because
remember she didn't know though. Remember, like she only knew like after until like because she never met him. Remember, she can't sense ghosts, like because he wasn't following her. Remember,
that's true. That's a good point.
Oh yeah. Because Victoria had to leave, so I said she'll be back on, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
No, I mean she'll be in the future channels, right?
Oh yeah.
And was not a fan of the middle as much as I was the first half and the ending, but all in all, is this a top 10 movie of the year for me? No. Is it honorable mention?
No.
Yes. Yes. When I see this again in theaters, yes. And will this be like on a Halloween like future watch list for me? Yes.
I will say I liked that it took place around Halloween. That was fun. But it also makes another criticism I have. Why the fuck would you have released this on September 5th? Literally.
You know what they should have done? They should have had a Universal thing for it, huh?
Yeah. Like
it would have been cooler now.
I think
like Universal Halloween Horror Nights.
You know, yeah, I know why. I know
because there's so many things where you're walking through and you're like this could have been a really cool haunt and such, you know?
I know why.
Why?
Universal doesn't want to compete with themselves.
What does that mean?
Joker. Joker 2 is coming out in October.
Anyone else too?
So wait, no, that's Warner Brothers. That's not even Universal.
Wait, this isn't Universal even though. This isn't Universal.
Oh, both of them are Warner Brothers, right?
But also too though. I bet
wants a Halloween digital release. They don't want to have both of these movies like cannibalizing one another, and they're kind of hoping this will play through Halloween and like last half of October it may come on to like on demand and people will be like watching it close to Halloween.
But at least release it like the second weekend in September, you know? Don't release it the first weekend in September. Like at the very least, release it the second weekend of September.
I'm more okay with
third weekend of September.
I'm more okay with this than last year Because do you remember what Disney did last year?
What?
July for the Haunted Mansion, which was not a bad little movie. People don't like it, but I did.
The Haunted Mansion, July. Like at least now it's like because September people start getting ready for Halloween now. You know, Spirit Halloween is open. You know, pumpkin spice stuff is out. You know,
Yeah,
like it is somewhat of the
I had a pumpkin spice latte today. So yeah,
Was it good?
and
it was very
and
good.
do you guys want to hear a funny story though?
Sure.
I do my annual Halloween around Halloween tradition tomorrow.
I swear to fucking Christ, if you actually say you're decorating the Christmas tree, I'm gonna kick you from the stream.
No, Andrew. Though, no. Mike, what he does though? He does.
What?
He has a Christmas tree, right? But he turns it into a Halloween tree.
No. I actually
That's not
don't
right.
don't do that. Do that with this
You did
this
it last
tree.
year though. Remember?
Not with this tree, but you could say this. I have the spookiest tree because I am forcing another holiday, so I have the spookiest tree.
So you are putting Christmas stuff up.
No.
You
He
said,
puts
'cause you
Halloween
said
stuff
you're,
up, right?
you said
I
you're
am telling-
forcing another holiday, right?
I am telling you the truth. I am as well as watching Halloween movies as well.
Wait, what's that to do with your tree?
I'm just saying, even though I put up the tree, I still watch spooky movies and support Halloween.
Okay. Because like I'm doing a Halloween tree this year. Like I'm gonna keep that as my this is an excuse to keep my tree out all year. I'm gonna put out on Tuesday. I'm gonna grab my tree, put it in my area, and put like Halloween garland around it. Put like all this stuff on there, like a witch's hat on top, stuff like that, and make it like
should we end the stream though, guys?
So,
because I want to show you. Should we end the stream because I want to show you guys something cool that Lowe's has. Speaking of Halloween, I wish I had the money for it. Do you know what it is?
what?
It's a ghost scuba diver.
Oh, really?
Look, see right there. See that thing, right? Look.
Uh huh.
Watch. See, look at the skull.
That's cool. I like that a lot. Yeah,
It's
definitely,
$500.
definitely.
It's $500. So
500. God, okay, that's not worth that then. Holy shit, definitely not worth that. Because there's some thing that's even more expensive than the animatronics at Spirit Halloween. Holy shit. But yeah, that's pretty much our review, guys, for Beetlejuice. The way they set it up, they're setting up a third film, and if they do a third film, you gotta title it Beetlejuice. We said his
mom
name
has
twice.
to be in there.
Yeah, say his name 3 times now. So, Catherine O'Hara.
No, the biological mom. Because they said
that's true. Yeah, they set it up there, so that's got to be in there at some point, and I assume that you're going to bring back all the other cast members and such if he did it. So just don't do any more Jeffrey Jones shit. All right, we don't want that for the third.
Okay, film. But that was funny though. You know, like with all the blood though.
That was funny, but they took it a little bit too far with him. But yeah, do you have any concluding thoughts y'all want to add, or?
No, I just didn't care for this that much. You know, it's getting worse.
It's not going to be in my top 10 worst films of the year. It's not.
Won't be in mine either. But but it might be an honorable mention.
But it's definitely a very middle of the road movie for me. I'm just like very meh on it. So
it's it's going down. I'm not passionate about it as John Campea.
Yeah, he hated the movie. I'm not like that bad, but like.
Did you hear what he said, Andrew, about it though?
What?
He's like, he goes like, this movie's fucking terrible.
Yeah. I mean, I think the script is fucking terrible, but I don't think the movie itself is fucking terrible, if that makes sense. But I think the script is fucking terrible. Oh my
Yeah, it's
God,
a really
it's
bad
terrible.
script. It is.
Bad script for sure.
And then I cannot wait for Awards Roundtable too. Do you know why?
Why?
We got to start talking what Jeff Snyder said too.
True, but
The ABC Oscars.
About the what actors?
The ABC Oscars this year, maybe.
ABC Oscars. Yeah, that's true.
I do want to bring up something to you guys after the stream, though.
Yeah. We will. But speaking of, that's actually a very good segue. So I don't know if you're free tomorrow, Ross, but
I'll be at Tori's, so we could use her computer, So
yeah. But I was thinking about us doing a awards roundtable discussing the Emmy wins, because the Emmys are happening tonight. So just doing a way to discuss every winner that happened at the Emmy Awards and
I will not be
such,
there
but
I'll not be there because, as you know, I'm behind.
yeah, so we're gonna go through all that and just kind of see look back at our predictions and look back at the show and all that stuff. So that'll be fun. I only know of one winner so far, so I'm gonna look at that.
I only heard about one too. I only heard about Pat Sajak, and that's it.
Yeah, that's all I've heard about too. So we'll definitely go through that, and then we'll also be bringing it back again the following week to talk about everything post.
Oh no, they're not tonight.
Oh, they're not tonight.
They said they're the 15th.
Oh, okay. So wait, I must have been the creative arts Emmys then?
Yes.
Okay, then that changes things up a bit. Never mind. We can still discuss some of the creative arts Emmy Award wins.
Or we should do our Oscar predictions, still.
Or yeah, we'll definitely do a video. We'll definitely
I'm in for all Oscars stuff.
We'll definitely do a video where we are looking at things post festivals and looking at what has won stuff
because
at
Andrew, there's a new favorite for Best Picture
fall awards and all this stuff, and looking at Pedro Almodovar's film just won the Golden Lion. So how's that going to affect it? And looking at all that, but then
I have a movie that I think has a big chance of possibly getting nominated.
We already know it's Inside Out 2.
No, it's not Inside Out 2.
Is it Wicked 2? Wicked Part 1?
No. The Apprentice.
It's not coming out this year. It's not coming out this year.
Apparently, for 11th.
No, they're gonna move it.
No, they're gonna move it. There's no way in hell, because right now they are dealing with a lawsuit. There's no fucking
literally a literal injunction, Andrew. You know what that means?
Yeah.
What?
That means that they do not want the film talked about, press at all, anything.
Yeah.
They'll probably find a way to release it. I have a funny feeling.
No, they won't.
No, they won't. No. They can't. They would literally, actually, the entire production company can get shut down if they do that. So they have to literally abide by these rules until post-election. So it would have to wait until after the election is over.
Apparently, it's showing at film festivals. My friend was talking to me about that.
Well, yeah,
the injunction.
That was in May, bro. That was at the Cannes Film Festival in May. So, it's shown at film festivals, but then because it showed at film festivals, the injunction happened. So that's why they were because someone who's close to Trump said, you can't release this movie, and they were threatening to shut down the studio. They were threatening to sue them. They were doing all this stuff. So there's a whole bunch of drama happening right now.
But I could have sworn the Hollywood Reporter put out a short list for actors getting the nomination, and they put Sebastian Stan.
But when was that? When was the article published?
I think it was recently.
Well, look back at it. Don't quote it yet until you look back at it, because If it was in May when the Cannes Film Festival happened, then that's different than
It says
talking
on
about
May
now.
20th, like Stephen Choon, the communication director of the campaign, I'm not going to say his name, right?
Yeah.
Threatened legal action of the film. On May 24th, Variety reported that the attorneys sent a cease and desist letter to the filmmakers seeking to block all marketing.
How
Yeah.
do they make this movie happen though?
Like if Trump,
They have to wait.
they have to wait until post-election. If Trump, depending on how the election goes, that will completely determine this movie's release. Like right now, it's just stuck, and they can't release it. So
there's a chance this movie will just never see the
It
light
will-
of day.
No, it
No,
will.
it will eventually, but it will just might be a while. Is what might happen. So we'll just have to wait and see. But eventually you'll see the light of day. Anyways, we're totally going off topic here, but that'll pretty much do it, guys. We're gonna continue doing SCARETEMBER videos for you all month long here. Talking all things horror. I'm bringing Robbie Sobel on the 10th. Speaking of the election, to do a Purge election year commentary. So him and I will be doing that. That'll be fun. And then and then also there's on September 12th, Ross and I will be doing a Cabin Fever 20 years later discussion. So that'll be fun to discuss. And
on the 13th, we're going to be on Ashton. I'll be at Ashton's house.
Yeah.
Her 64, and which her list is. Woo!
Yeah, we'll be on her 64 for that. But also, it'll be pre-recorded, but I'll upload the Friday 13th ranking on that 13th of October, so you guys can be on the lookout for that.
With Jacob Cameron, right?
With Jacob Cameron and with Kyle Curtis Flet. So both of them will be on there together. So that'll be pretty fun. So you guys can definitely be on the lookout for that video coming to you on Friday the 13th itself. And many, many more videos coming this.
Oh, I got to get going, okay, guys? But I'll come back, okay? It should be more than like 15, 20 minutes, okay?
Okay. Yeah, you're good. But yeah, so we'll pretty much see you all in the next one, guys. And until next time, stay spooky, my friends, and keep on watching the scary movies.